Hello, and welcome to the Captain's Corner. Today we're going to be learning about why it is best to wet shave. I know a lot of people out there, they think they can't get a clean shave without, basically getting razor burn, having to buy expensive products. Let's face it, I've bought probably, oh God, $600-700 worth of razors, the best ones out there, the ones you see on TV, the electronic razors. And it wasn't until about 2 or 3 years ago when I discovered that old ways are the best ways. And the best ways to get yourself a clean shave is to, with a straight razor or a safety razor, and to wet shave. Wet shave is basically the process of keeping your face hydrated the entire time. No nasty chemicals. You stick to natural soaps. You use a brush to make sure the soap is in the hair follicles. Makes it all nice and easier to shave. This is my first video, so bear with me. It's not the best thing in the world. But today we're going to basically show you the process of wet shaving. It may look a little intimidating at first. I've been doing it for a while. It does take a little bit to learn, but once you do, you will never want to go back. The first thing, like we talked about wet shaving, the process of hydration, is keeping your face hydrated. I just took a shower, so my face is pretty hydrated. I scrubbed all the dead skin cells off of there. Take some of this water here. Make sure my face is all nice and wet. And then you're going to want to start off with a pre-shave. I use PreShave cream. It's really nice. It's sold on Amazon for maybe 12 bucks a tub. But basically, you put it on your face here, all over the areas you want to shave. Smells really nice too. You can get it in, I think, 3 or 4 different varieties. I know there's at least red, white, and green. I prefer green because the menthol tends to, cool the skin, makes a bit of an easier shave. So now we have our pre-shave on. And this comes in a variety of oils and creams. You don't just have to use the one that I like, but I prefer this one. Next, we are going to get our soap, our lather, if you will. Lather doesn't have to come from a can. If you pick up a can of shaving cream, try and read half the ingredients on there. I couldn't. I went to college, but that's not saying very much. So what you do is you actually go buy yourself some shaving soaps, and they come in a wide variety. You can buy them from classical soap shops. You can buy them from the Art of Shaving. I tend to stick to my PreShave brand quite a bit. I like PreShave Green because it has that nice eucalyptus menthol feeling again. And then the next part you're going to want is a brush. These come in either boar's head or badger's head. You can see the nice little puff of steam there because I got some pretty hot water. But I tend to move more towards a boar as opposed to a badger. Badger's more of a finer hair, whereas the boar, I feel, really lifts the hair follicles and gets it more into your skin. So there are multiple different ways to lather. There is the bowl lather, where you can take your brush, move it around in here until you get a nice thick lather. I'm not a fan of this because I seem to use a lot more soap than I like to. So what you can do is you can get a nice rich lather on the brush there, and you can either rub it straight into your face, so you get a face lather, or you can use a cup, put a little bit of water in there, or a shaving bowl, as they say, and mix your lather. Now this takes a little bit because it's a trial and error process. It took me a while to get my batter down, but you can go ahead and add just a little bit of water at a time. And as you do, you can push it down. You can see we're starting to get a nice rich lather in there. And it all depends on how you want to shave. Today we're going to be using a straight blade or a Shavette. Basically, it's a trainer for a straight blade. It allows you to buy the disposable razors as opposed to honing and sharpening your razor, and allows you to get the sensation and feeling of an actual straight blade. We're almost done here. See, now this is the kind of lather that I like. It's not too overpowering. So I got some plenty in the bowl here. Then what you're going to want to do is take your brush and start working it into your skin. Didn't have enough on the brush there that first time. So you can do the figure 8 motion, which some people like to do. You can use a simple circle. Get on both sides here. Now when you want to get under the nose, you can actually squeeze the brush a little bit. Get in there. You want to make sure that you're working in real nice and good now. Because this is what's lifting the hairs. It's getting the body ready for a shave. Put this back in the bowl here. Now you want to go ahead, get your hands dry. Clean off the areas you don't want to shave accidentally, which is my beard. And my sideburns look okay. So now comes the shaving. You can either shave with one of these. This is a safety razor. And they call that because it's got the little tip here to make sure you don't dig too far into yourself. You can still cut yourself. I like these. They're very good to begin with. That's what I would recommend to begin with. But today, like I said, I'll be using my Shavette. This is from Parker. It allows you to utilize a single blade in there. Now the way you go ahead and you hold it is, some people like having 3 fingers on one side. I prefer 2 fingers on the front, 2 fingers on the back. Nice stability there. Move it around. Now the trick is, when you hold it to your face, you want to make sure you got about a 45-degree angle, tilt upwards, so that you're slightly going against your face. You want to grab here, pull the skin nice and tight. And the trick with these are no pressure. Just let them glide down your face. And on your first pass, you want to go with the grain. Now I have a very unique neck beard. It goes down and grows this way, and then it can go out to the sides, and then it grows up. So I have to be very careful when it comes to my neck. You want to stick your chin out, make your neck tight, like this. Now you can see him kind of coming along the side here. Now for the nose, you can either hold your nose up. I prefer just to suck the lip in like that. So now, get the other part of the neck here, go upward, because my neck goes up. So now here comes the hardest part. People don't grasp right away. You are going to cut yourself. It's inevitable. It's something new. Unless you have the most stable hands in the world, it's going to happen. But just go with it. Learn it. Best part. Now the hardest part that I had to learn was, I did the right side of my face with my right hand. Trying to shave across tends to get in the way, so you are going to want to try to learn left hand. I prefer it because it just kind of helps get the movements down, the face more even. And all you have to do is keep remembering. So let it glide across your face. So we got that done. I'm using my left hand. Now remember, we call this the first pass because shaving like this is not about removal, it's about reduction. Now I've been doing this for a while, which is why I seem to be going a little faster, but really, take your time. Here comes one of my tricky parts. I have to go at an angle. And there we have it. Now that's just the first pass. What you want to do on your second pass, depending how your face is. Now the reason I started doing this is because I would always break out in horrible razor burn, no matter what razor I used. So, by utilizing this method, by not going along everything that we do, I am able to basically reduce razor burn completely. And you may be thinking, why is that? That looks like a barbaric piece of metal he's got in his hand. Well, think about it. The Mach 3 and the Schick 5, whatever, has 3 to 5 blades per razor. So you figure you're doing multiple strokes along the face, that's 5, 10, 15. 15 individual blades that have raked across your skin. There's going to be irritation, there's going to be bumps. Whereas with this method, you can see there is just one blade. So you may go 3 or 4 times, that's only 3 or 4 blades passing across your skin. Next, you can go, I typically go with the grain the first pass and then across the grain on the second pass. My skin isn't the best when it comes to against the grain, but I found that across the grain really helps out. So you can do this one of 2 ways. I like to put a little air pocket in my cheek. And then down here, I kind of go at an angle. If you do this right, you will not feel any tugging. Just a blade caressing your skin. I told one of my friends who started this, it's like pampering yourself in the morning. And I wake up intentionally early every morning just to do this since I started, because you get the right soap, you get the coolness of the feeling, and you get a smooth face on top of it without worrying about breaking out in bumps halfway through the day. So now I'll do this one. Now I'll get the neck. Again, some people's necks are very sensitive, like mine. So if you don't really care about having the baby smooth neck, but you want the hair gone, one pass might be enough for you. All right, do a quick little once over. Be sure you get behind the ears too. Here, let's go back there. And that's as simple as it is. Now, the last part, I cannot stress enough. As important as the pre-shave is, the post-shave is just as important. What you want to do, either if you got hot water in here or once you new hot water, go ahead, splash yourself with hot water. Then, right away, switch over to cold water. The hot water is going to get rid of any of the like traces left from the razor or from the hairs, clearing off your face. The cold water actually goes ahead, and what that does is it closes all of the pores so that anything, any bacteria or whatnot, may not be able to seep back into there. So, next what you do is you take your towel, blot dry, don't scrub. As you can see here, I am a lot less hairy than when I started. And no nicks, which is a big one for me, so you're the first to see that. Just kidding. Last but not least, you want to go ahead and get yourself some aftershave. I'm not gonna lie, the PreShave also comes in a hand, also is a handy aftershave. It calms the skin, clears it, makes a nice cool feeling on there. There's a lot of different aftershaves out there you can buy. There's some very expensive ones. There are some very cheap ones. Believe it or not, this stuff, about $2 at your local Walmart. There's the cream version, and then there's the gel version. I love this stuff. I can't get enough. I think it works perfectly. So what you do then, put a little amount on, rub it in your hands. And you're done. So this was a rushed video, my first one. I will be going more in depth into the pre-process, the post-process, different types of razors. We'll be shaving with a safety razor here soon, different brushes, why the soaps are better than shaving creams. I'll be going into more of that as these videos come. My goal is basically, if there's anyone out there, and I've probably said this before, if there's anyone out there who thinks that they can't get a close shave because of how sensitive their skin is, you could not be more wrong. I was the exact same way as you, and I just want to share the word and say that it can be done, and it's actually a lot of fun. So thanks for watching Captain's Corner. This is the Captain signing out. Hope to see you next time.